Yo boys, it's Dan. Welcome back to another Premier League prediction video. Sorry if the room looks slightly different. I'm still at home, but I'm having our carpet done today. As I'm seeing, as I'm filming this, it's Wednesday, so it gives us a bit of an echo in here now. It's game week number 10. We have no other guests this week. We have 2 guests next week, very special guests next week. Can't say anything about that. But last week's guest, Mr. Bobby Jr. got himself 14 points. 1 point off the lead. 1 point. And now, let's get into game number 10 for this week of Premier League. Our first game is Leicester City versus Arsenal. Leicester. Arsenal are in decent, good form, and actually they're playing well. Arsenal, they're playing really well. And Leicester got the bounce back win against Brentford. Well, got a win against Brentford. It's a tough thing, but I reckon this game will be a Leicester win here. A Leicester win or an Arsenal win. I'm gonna say this game could easily be a draw of 2-2. And this week's guest is Mr. Kobella. What are you going for, mate, for this match?
What is up, everybody? Kobella here, coming in for Dan United's prediction video. He has been gracious enough to let us do another prediction video for him for this week at the end of October, Halloween weekend. So we're gonna have loads of games for you for the Prem, and the first one we're gonna look at is Leicester City and Arsenal. These teams are right in the middle of the league. Arsenal earlier in the season we thought they're gonna be relegated, but they really picked it back up and started getting in a roll, started winning some games, and now they're climbing their way back up. Leicester, top-notch Prem squad. You got Vardy, top scorer, one of the top scorers in the league, with Barnes in there. So it's gonna be a good game. I see this game. I'm gonna give it to Leicester. I think Leicester's obviously the better team, although Arsenal is good. I'm gonna give it 2-1. Leicester wins this one.
Thank you. And I move to Burnley versus Brentford. Now, Burnley are in a relegation scrap now, I think. Haven't won yet this season. And Brentford are just so good right now. I think Brentford will win this by 2 goals to 0. And Kobella, what are you going for, mate, in this game?
We got Burnley versus Brentford. Burnley at the bottom of the table, again winless, like Newcastle. Brentford's they're a little bit higher on the table. Both teams kind of struggling. Brentford did get a big win against West Ham, and they did tie against Liverpool. So Brentford, it seems like there's a little bit of inconsistency. They did play the top tier teams. To be honest, they lost their last 2, but it was against Leicester and Liverpool. Burnley just struggling, man. They're just struggling out there. They just can't seem to get a win together. So, I think they're going to continue to go winless. I think Brentford's going to get this dub. I think it's going to be a closer game. 2-1 win for Brentford.
And I move to Liverpool versus Brighton. Now, Liverpool beat United on the weekend 5-0. Still hurt to say that today. And Brighton lost 4-1 to Man City, but Liverpool, you would assume, are going to win comfortably by 2-3. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say it'll be a 2-1 win, because Liverpool will get, because they're Brighton will score. And I'm going to say Mohamed Salah to score a goal for Liverpool, because he's. And then I made it on a form. And Kobella, what are you going for, mate, in this game?
The next one, we got a big matchup. Liverpool versus Brighton. We know Brighton's kind of a surprise to be up there in the standings, and they've been playing pretty well they had a big loss against Man City 4-1. So against stiffer competition, I just don't know how they would win against Liverpool. Liverpool coming off a huge game, 5-0 win against Man U, just a domination, and I expect another dominant performance from Liverpool. 3-0 win for Liverpool, and I expect Salah to score another goal, keep his streak going.
Now they move to Man City versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have been robbed of a win against Newcastle. When I mean robbed, I mean robbed. Goal that was off, and I found it for Paul. And Man City City, aren't they? Yeah. And I'm gonna say this game will be a Man City win of 2 goals, 2-0. Could easily be more. Could easily be 1-0, 2-0. Could easily be 2. Could easily be 1. Could easily be more than that. And Mr. Kobella, what are you going for?
Next up, we got Man City versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace towards the bottom of the league, and you got Man City sitting up at 3rd, making a run for another title. And Man City's too stacked. They're too stacked, man. They got too many good players on them. Who knows who's gonna start in this one? But if you got KDB, you got the star side, Bernardo Silva. Who else you got in there? There's too many to name. Mahrez. Come on, you already know. Man City fans already know what's up. They got a huge win off of Brighton, 4-1. They did lose to Pens in the AFL Cup to West Ham, but I still expect Man City to get it done. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win. 3-1 win for Man City.
I move to Newcastle versus Chelsea. Newcastle United. Sack Steve Bruce, as we know. Hopefully you're going to get your manager in. I think they're leaning towards the one that is Kobella, the old Napoli or manager, and Chelsea are just in amazing run of form. I don't think you can look much past Chelsea for this game. They just got through in the Carabao Cup last night. Oh, last night's time I'm filming this on Tuesday night though, and you'd assume they would have so much in the balance, and they probably will, of 3-0 to Chelsea. And Mr. Kobella, what are you going for?
Next one, we got Chelsea at the top of the Prem table, just dominating. Too good. Chelsea's too good this season. They're making their run for the money for the title, coming off a Champions League win title, and we know what kind of squad they have. We know with Lukaku in there, you got Pulisic, you got Werner, Havertz. Do I gotta go down the list here? Now Chelsea just dominant in Prem, Champions League. They're just doing their thing, and they're going against bottom of the table, about to be relegated Newcastle. Unfortunately, Newcastle has still not got a win yet, and I believe they're still going to be winless because I see Chelsea dominating. I see Chelsea being all over them, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on who you're rooting for. But we got Chelsea winging it. 3-0. 3-0 Chelsea. Let's go.
And giving a move to Watford versus Southampton. Now Watford scored 5 against Everton on the weekend. Now Watford. What happened? What changed? What happened? What made them score 5? Concede 5 against Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool, and then score 5 against Everton. Crazy. But I think Southampton only got 1 win this season. They're under huge pressure to get results. If not, we're going to put them in the relegation zone. And First thing could easily be a draw, could easily be a Watford win. 2. I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go 3-0 to Watford. And I think Watford will do this. Watford will do it. And Mr. Kobella, what are you going for?
Right, let's look at Watford. Watford and Southampton. We got two teams that are towards the end of the league table, on the midst of possibly getting relegated. But these two teams don't want to get relegated, man. They don't want to go down. They don't want to go down to the other league. So, it's gonna be a close game. I see it being a draw. I see it being a 1-1. To be honest, don't know too much about these teams, but by the way they look in the standings, I feel like it'll be a tie. It'll be a competitive match.
The biggest game of the game week is Spurs versus Man United. This is what I want to read guests on this week, but next week we've got another guest. As you know, I've got 2 guests on next week. So this is me v Josh. I know Josh will be eagerly watching these predictions, saying what he's going to go with. I know what I'm going to go with. Solskjaer's still under pressure. He's got 3 games to prove himself, otherwise he's going to get the sack. There are rumours that Van Targ is going to come in from what's that team called? Ajax. The Ajax manager's just going to come in. It's Solskjaer gets the sack, but I will back the boys here. Spurs are beatable. Spurs are very beatable. 2-0. Hopefully Varane's back. Pogba's missing because you've got this last against Liverpool. Let's not discuss the game anymore. And Kobella, what are you going for? You'll probably mention the 5-0 game. So go from it.
We got another big matchup. Tottenham versus Man U. We know Man U is coming off a rough game against Liverpool. Just being dominated 5-0. People talk about Ole being sacked. A lot of guys want him gone. They're sick of it. They're sick of the losing. Who knows what kind of mentality Man U's going to have. Tottenham just having a subpar year. Nothing too great. I mean, you got Kane and Son up top. But not much going on there. To be quite frank. Both teams kind of just subpar teams that should be a little bit better. But it's still going to be a good matchup. I think this one's going to be a tie. I think they're pretty even. I think it's going to be a 1-1 tie. I don't know if Man U comes off of their huge loss confident, ready to win. It's in question. So I see it being a tie. I don't see Spurs doing too much, taking advantage of that. So 1-1 tie for me for this one.
Thank you, and I move to Norwich versus Leeds. They're actually playing alright. Rafinha's injured, could be a long injury for him, haven't heard much about him yet. And Norwich, they're probably going to go back down again. And I'm going to go 4-0 win. Leeds 4, Norwich 0. And Mr. Kobella, what are you going for?
Yo, when we got Sunday's games going on here, 2 games for you, starting with Norwich and Leeds United, both teams at the bottom of the table. Norwich at the very bottom, about to get relegated. They're just fighting, trying not to get relegated, man. They want to stay in the Prem, man. But I just don't know what Norwich could do, man. I think these winless teams are going to continue to go winless. I already said Newcastle's going winless, as well as Burnley. So I just don't think Norwich gets it done. I think Leeds gets it done. 1-0 win. 1-0 for Leeds.
They move to Aston Villa versus West Ham. Now, these are decent. These be decent teams there, and I will reckon it could easily be an absolute landslide. It could be a very close game there. West Ham are looking alright. Aston Villa, 2 back-to-back defeats. West Ham are looking so good. I'm gonna bat the hammers here. 2-0. And for the penultimate time, Mr. Kobella, what are you going for, mate?
And we got Aston Villa versus West Ham. You know West Ham are doing their thing, 4th in the Prem. They just beat Man City and Prems in the EFL Cup. So West Ham looking good, man. They're making a run for their money. So I think West Ham are gonna keep it going. I think they're gonna beat Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa is missing Grealish a little bit, just having a subpar year for them as well. But West Ham still keeping it up. They're still at a top-notch level, and I see West Ham beating Aston Villa 2-0. 2-0. I say 2-0.
Now we move to the final game of the game week number 10 is Wolves versus Everton. Now Wolves, they're looking alright. They got a point against Leeds. Wanky Chan is beginning to score. Wanky Chan, the unknown player from Leipzig, I'm going to say, is beginning to play well. Beginning to get his feet in the Prem. Jimenez, and they're all just getting themselves really well right now. And I am going to say it will be an Everton. Decent Everton. They lost 5-2 to Watford, like I said earlier in the video. And for this last game, I'm going to go with a draw, or 1-1 draw. That's the draw at the start and the end. And for the final time of the episode and the game week, Mr. Kobella, what are you going for, mate?
Yo, and the last game on Monday, Everton versus the Wolves. Wolverhampton. Who you got? Who we got for that one? Hey, man. Let me tell you what about Wolverhampton, man. Let me tell you about them, because I think Wolverhampton will get it done. I think they'll win. They're both in the middle of the table. You know, Everton, they both got great players, man. You got Richarlison in there. You got James Rodriguez. The Wanderers. Raul Jimenez still doing his thing. And my man, Hwang Hee-chan, he's going to score a goal. He's going to score a goal. Jimenez going to score a goal. 2-1 win over Everton. Hwang Hee-chan, ever since he got on the Wolves, he's been scoring goals. That's all he does, man. Got 4 goals already in the Prem. We need my man Hwang Hee-chan to get another one for Wolverhampton to get another dub. 2-1 win for Wolverhampton. These are my predictions for this week in the Prem. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope my predictions are on point. Maybe you could bet on the same picks I do and make some money. Dan United, thank you so much for having me on. Keep doing your thing. Keep making content. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, mate. Thank you guys for watching the video. I really wish you would put it over this game. That will bring this video to an end. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you all on Wednesday for another YouTube live stream. You was put on the first one, and I'll be back next week with another Premier League predictions with some guests, and they are brilliant. You've probably seen me retweet it already on my Twitter, on Twitter. It'll be in the link in the description down below, but I can't say anything about that. Until then, have a good weekend, and I'll see you boys then. Peace out.